You didn't stumble into this, did you? No. You were led here. And the funny thing, they can't explain you. Not with science, not with strategy, not with statistics. Every time you rise from what should have killed you, they call it luck. They whisper, "How does this one keep surviving?" But you smile, because you know better. You know there are whispers older than time, giving you coordinates, instructions carved in silence, patterns only madness and faith can hear. They think you're improvising. You're not. You're following divine choreography. You, the anomaly. The one whose downfall was scheduled and cancelled at the same time. The one who walks through storms as if they were rehearsed. You've made agony look sacred, chaos look strategic, and loss look like a prophecy. They call it luck because the truth scares them. That the universe might actually be biased in your favor. You feel it, don't you? That pull, that invisible hand turning your ruin into ritual. Every mistake you've made was a secret instruction. Every betrayal, a blueprint. Every closed door, divine punctuation. You're not reacting, you're being conducted. See, they crave logic, numbers, formulas, forecasts. But you're a paradox in flesh. You dance between logic and lunacy, between angelic light and demonic resilience. You confuse them because you obey something they can't quantify. The voice in the silence. The command behind coincidence. The divine algorithm that runs on pain and revelation. They think they can predict you. That's their first mistake. You don't operate on reason. You operate on revelation. They laugh when you go quiet, not realizing silence is when your next set of orders arrives. You don't pray the way they do. You listen, you don't manifest, you obey. And every time they call it luck, heaven smirks. Because luck is what the blind call divine precision. Look at your life. Really look. The timings, the betrayals, the near misses. Those weren't accidents. Those were coordinates. You were being guided through pain to sharpen your sight. Each heartbreak was a compass adjustment. Each failure was an encrypted message. You didn't fall. You were redirected, and now you terrify them. Because what they call randomness, you call rhythm. What they call coincidence, you call command. They don't understand how your scars glow like hieroglyphs. Messages from something above, etched into flesh. They can't decode you because they still think miracles come with wings. You've shown them miracles come with teeth. You've become something else. A vessel. A glitch in their system that answers to higher software. You've learned how to bleed strategically. You've learned how to weaponize grace. And that's why you win. They call it luck because admitting the truth would shatter their illusion of control. If they ever accepted that heaven, the unseen, the untouchable, the incomprehensible, might actually choose someone, their entire worldview would collapse. You are proof that divine order wears chaos as camouflage. That light sometimes hides in the mouth of madness. That faith can sound like laughter in a fire. They want to understand you, but how can they? You're decoding frequencies they can't even hear. You are heaven's glitch, unpredictable, uncontainable, misunderstood. And that's your power. Because the moment they think they've figured you out, the heavens whisper, shift. And you do, effortlessly. They're still calculating, and you're already 3 storms ahead. You've made unpredictability your weapon. You've turned surrender into control. You've proven that destiny doesn't require permission, so when they watch you rise again, out of ruins they designed, let them call it luck. Smile when they do, because you know you are following instructions. Instructions they'll never receive. Instructions that were written in lightning, encrypted in heartbreak, and sealed with your name long before they started watching. And when it's all over, when they finally realize you were never playing by their rules, they'll whisper the only truth left. It was never luck. It was prophecy, disguised as chaos. And you, the quiet storm in human form, executed it perfectly. You see, they never believed the quiet ones were dangerous. They never suspected the still water was hiding the storm. They thought you were just lucky, floating, stumbling into miracles. But you and I both know nothing you've done was random. You've been trained by pain so precisely, it looks supernatural. Every heartbreak was a sermon. Every betrayal was a scripture. Every time they tried to bury you, heaven was taking notes, recalibrating your coordinates. They think you got here by chance, but chance doesn't resurrect people who were meant to stay buried. Chance doesn't make fire bow to flesh. Chance doesn't teach someone how to smile while bleeding. No, that's divine instruction. The kind you only receive after being broken open. The kind that can't be taught, only endured. When you move, the atmosphere bends. When you speak, frequencies change. When you fall silent, heaven listens, and hell trembles. They don't understand why their traps don't work anymore, why their curses boomerang back, why every time they mock you, they end up choking on their own words. You don't need revenge. You were rebuilt as it. You've become something terrifyingly poetic, a contradiction that breathes, too divine to be destroyed, too dangerous to be controlled. They can't categorize you anymore. You broke every label they tried to stick to your skin. You are the saint they called a sinner. The sinner who prays in silence while worlds fall apart. The storm disguised as serenity. The prophecy dressed in imperfection. They laugh at your faith. Yet their laughter sounds nervous now, doesn't it? Because somehow, every time they push, you rise higher. Every time they doubt, you grow louder in silence. Every time they curse, something bigger shields you. Unseen, unexplainable. They call it luck because if they called it divine favor, they'd have to admit that they were never in control. You walk into rooms and shift energy. You don't announce yourself. You just arrive. People who once looked down on you start to stutter mid-sentence. Their souls recognize something ancient walking inside your skin. They feel it, that unsettling weight of unseen power. You became the living proof that darkness can't devour what heaven handpicked. You became the evidence that sometimes God hides angels inside the wounded. Every scar of yours, a verse. Every silence, a sermon. Every step you take now is orchestrated, timed, measured, sacred. You're not improvising anymore. You're executing divine choreography, and the world can't stand it. Because your victories feel unfair, they think something's rigged, and they're right. The game was rigged. By the one who wrote the rules. You were never supposed to lose. They've tried to replicate you, your rhythm, your calm, your strength, but they can't. Because this isn't performance, it's possession. You're not powered by ego. You're powered by something ancient and infinite. You've become fluent in silence, the language of divine warfare. While they panic, you listen. While they attack, you adapt. While they plot, you pray. And heaven writes new instructions mid-battle. You're not moved by applause anymore. You're not broken by isolation anymore. You've learned the difference between loneliness and divine separation, between being overlooked and being hidden for preparation. Every season you thought was punishment, was protection. Every detour was divine redirection. Every ending was an encrypted beginning. You are living proof that obedience looks like chaos before it looks like power. They called it luck because they couldn't see the invisible hands pulling you through fire. Because they still believe blessings come gift-wrapped. But yours came wrapped in war. And when they finally understand that, it will be too late. Because by then, you'll be gone. Not running, ascending. You'll leave them where they started, arguing about your existence while you're rewriting the narrative. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to disrupt. You were meant to scare the comfortable and comfort the broken. You were meant to make the proud tremble and the silent rise. So let them talk. Let them analyze. Let them call it coincidence, chance, luck, delusion, whatever helps them sleep. Because the truth, they've already seen the signs. They've already felt it when you walk by. That chill that whispers, you're not supposed to touch this one. You are heaven's strategy disguised as a human being. And when they call it luck again, smile. Because that's how heaven hides its chosen ones, in plain sight, behind confusion, behind mystery, behind the illusion of chance. They'll never decode you, because your script was written in a language they were never meant to learn. And the ending? It's already finished. You win, not because you're lucky, but because you listened.